Hi again, this is Dennis. Glad you joined again for my channel. I told you guys last time that I found out about this allergy treatment, which is called NAET. It is from Dr. Devi Nambudripat. She developed this, and it sounds very promising. So I had scheduled my first appointment and went to Charlotte to the practitioner that I found on the NAET.com website, and was actually quite surprised. So the first appointment took about 2 hours. Mostly the first hour talking about conditions that I may have, symptoms that I may have, dry skin, anything that I could potentially think about. I made a list of all the things that bother me a lot besides my seasonal allergies, and really talked it through with the doctor or therapist there. And she said she's going to follow really strictly the NAET guidebook and treat all the different substances that are listed in here. So was interesting. She tested me, and the way it works is, so they can do allergy testing, and first of all, what we have to do, we rub our hands together, and that is kind of cleans out the energy of anything that you may have touched earlier, because everything has its own energy. And you lay down on your back and keep your feet apart, and then you lift your left arm and point your thumb towards your left toe. And then in your right hand, you hold a substance that you're going to be tested for. And then the practitioner is going to start pushing on your arm and try to push it down. So if the substance you're holding is not harming your body, not weakening your system, and everything is in harmony, the practitioner will not be able to push your arm down. But as soon as you're holding something that is weakening the system, it will be really easy for the practitioner to push the arm down. So it's quite fascinating. No needles, no itchy backs from allergy testing, no poking holes for drawing blood. Really just testing with the arm. So we talked about my different symptoms. So she thinks I'm definitely allergic to wind, definitely pollen based on the allergy test results I have. It also showed that I'm allergic to dogs, which I never figured. I like dogs, been around dogs, never had any issues with that. The one craving that I have is sugar. So she said, well, most likely you're allergic to sugar, because most things that we're allergic to we crave for. And I found that quite fascinating. So anyway, it's a really small building, nice lady that does this, and we had a good conversation, and she tested me. And in the very first session, as recommended by Dr. Devi, they treat for the brain-body balance formula. So it's basically to check if the organs are in balance with the brain. And this seems to be important, because if certain areas in the body and the brain are not communicating well and the energy flow is not going right, they cannot treat efficiently. And for all future treatments, it would be really important that that everything is working fine and the body communicates well. So in here, this is to balance the overall energy of the body, and it was very simple. Just as I mentioned last time, laying down on the bed, and I had to rub my hands, lay on my back, hold the capsules. It's it's a baby jar food, a glass jar that's empty, and there they put a capsule in it that has a liquid that is loaded with the energy. And lifted my arm, thumb pointing towards my left toe, and she started touching various spots on my body to see which area of my body may be weak. So she said liver's good, kidneys are good, lung is a little weak, and basically that's how she confirmed where I may have strong points and where I have weak points. She then asked me to turn around, so I lay on my tummy and my chest and had to hold the substance in one hand, and she told me to breathe in, and then she massaged my back with a chiropractor tool. It's basically like a U-shape, and it just jumps with an electric machine down your spine. And so first you inhale, hold the breath, then you exhale, hold the breath, then you have to pound like a dog. Then you breathe normal for some time, and she keeps going up and down your back, and really, really interesting procedure. Once she's done with that, I had to sit up, and I kept holding the jar with the capsule in it, and she pulled out a laser pointer and pointed the laser pointer at acupuncture spots that we have on our body. So like here on the side of the hand, next to our wrist, outside of our elbow, then there's one back here. So we have acupuncture points on our arms, on our head, on our feet, and then certain ones, they stimulate with the laser pointer to get the energy flow going. And by doing that, she says, we're basically bringing the body back into balance. And we're teaching the body in the future sessions to not react to these natural substances. So when she treats for X, she basically teaches the body that this is a good thing, this is nothing you have to be worried about. Don't create histamine like crazy because you're trying to fight this. No, this is okay, you can accept this. And with that treatment, she says, they are teaching the body to be in balance with that substance. So it's just a normal thing, and the body doesn't have to react to it. Quite fascinating, I have to say. So after this was done, I wasn't allowed to cross my legs. I wasn't allowed to take a shower for 6 hours. I had to stay well hydrated. And since this was the brain-body balance formula, they asked me to stay really, really calm for the next 25 hours. Don't get excited. Don't do any heavy negotiations. Try not to argue with anybody. So really stay relaxed and let the body process all this. Most people that had insomnia or that had issues going to sleep experience that they can fall asleep much faster after doing this very first treatment. I always been a good sleeper. I go to bed and I'm tired and I just fall asleep, and so I didn't see that, but I could feel I felt better like 2 or 3 days after the treatment. I really felt like I have more energy and I'm feeling a lot better. So no significant change for me. The session was like $75 the first, and that was a long one. The pricing at the doctor's office was, and it says $55 per visit. I think that's reasonable. Probably the insurance is not going to pay for it, but hey, if this stops me having to take chemicals into my body for several months a year, I'm more than willing to spend the money. Going forward, I scheduled my next appointment. It's going to be next week, and it's going to be for egg mix. So anything that contains eggs, chicken, that will be treated. A lot of people apparently have issues with that, and she's really following the basic principles of the NAET guidelines and says, well, we need to really treat one step at a time and create a good foundation of a healthy body and of a healthy system before we start treating even my seasonal allergies. Like pollen, she said, maybe after the 6 sessions or so, we'll be able to treat that. So it's going to take some time. About 1 session a week is what I'm planning on right now. So we'll see. So for egg mix, definitely have to do some preparation because after you're being treated, you can't touch or eat certain things like egg white, egg yolk, chicken, all foods containing kind of eggs or chicken, including crackers, cookies, soups, breads, mayonnaise, salad dressings, and so on. So pancakes, foods baked or fried in egg batter or thick sauces. Also avoid birds, feather pillows, down comforters, vitamins and protein drinks made with egg, shampoos, conditioners, and skin lotions with egg product. So there's quite some things that you really need to plan forward to and make sure you don't eat or touch this in the next 25 hours after the treatment. So that's going to be interesting. We'll see how that goes, and I'll tell you more. They also here in the book recommend of things you may eat or use. So brown rice, white rice, pasta without eggs, imitation eggs are apparently okay. Pancakes and waffles with imitation eggs, vegetables, salads, oils, vinegar, salad dressing, fruit, milks, oils, beef, pork, fish, dried beans, lentils, peas, green peas, potatoes, French fries, coffee, juice, soft drinks, water. There's quite some things you can actually eat, which is good. And the book here makes it really, really easy to follow that, since they give you some good ideas on what to avoid. The one thing I got to plan about is, and I really got to look into it, is the pillows and comforters. I got to double check, make sure I don't have any down or feather pillows or comforters. So that's something I'm going to eliminate before the next visit. And I think the rest should be pretty straightforward. I'll let you know how it goes. Thanks for listening. Subscribe to my channel. Hope to see you next time. Bye.